their saving grace. 1 year of retention allowed them that catch up, whether it was because they were a late birthday, because they just struggled some. Every child does, there's a range of developmental that is not bad, it's just a range. And I said, people understand that when you're 20 and 24, there's no difference. But when you're 6 years 0 months and 6 years 11 months, which child has the advantage? The one that's had 11 more months of all kinds of exposure. So that's one thing. Now, if we had a child that's now started first grade again, and the very first 9 weeks they're struggling, red flags are going up. They should be the top of the class. They've developed, matured. They've had time to catch up with their peers. Now they've gone from being the youngest in the class to the oldest in the class, and they've already seen this before. So even if they struggled the year before, there should be red flags if the first 9 weeks it's not comfortable and they're not sailing through. If they're not, I'm like, okay, now, next step, we start the RTI process. Then we talk to our MRT, we get the parents in there with the whole team, the teacher, the ESE specialist, the guidance counselor, the psychologist, the parents, and we all talk about what we see. Now we've got kindergarten and first grade that we can look back and say, how long did it take for them to learn this? How long did it take for them to master versus other children? At the same time that we're meeting, we're doing RTI, which is response to intervention, and we have targeted one of their weakest areas. But when we target it, we're giving from 3 to 4 times a week intensive help, and we start graphing. How does that look against the classroom? Are they making gains? Let's say they're making gains, and now all of a sudden we've kind of closed the gap and everything's okay. Well, then we've answered our question. Maybe they're going to be fine. But let's say that we're giving them help, additional help, 4 times a week, and they're making gains, but the second that I have to stop that, they start reverting. Classic signs that this child is going to need way more intervention than a normal child to be able to master the curriculum.